My name's Emily. I'm a final year three-dimensional design student at Bath Spa University here at the Syon Hill campus, and I'm just going to tell you about my typical day. I'm really fortunate that I live super close to the school this year. It's just a couple of minutes down the hill, so I always walk. It's an amazing location up here. It's quite a small school. There's about 800 people here, and I think that really makes you feel like you belong somewhere. As soon as I arrive on campus, I head straight to the studio. I'll probably first off make a list. I'm quite a listy person, but also I think when you're doing a course that involves being in a large variety of workshops, doing lots of different types of activity during the day, it's really important to be organised in your plan. After I've got myself organised, I'll probably spend the morning researching. I usually go down to the library first, have a look through the books. For me, research forms a really big part of the course and is really important because without understanding your context or without understanding your audience, you can make the most beautiful object, but it won't make any sense. After my morning researching, I'll go into the canteen and have some lunch with my friends. It's a super social environment, so it's a nice place to chill out. After lunch, I'll come down into the studio and I'll do some drawing and model making. Drawing, I think, is the basis of any creative course because it helps you visualise things, take them out of your head, get them onto paper. But specifically on this course, a three-dimensional course, it's super important to model make, and I do a lot of that. This is where you really start to see your ideas come to life. Later in the afternoon, I might head into the workshop and try out some of the things that I was doing in model making earlier in the afternoon. It's also really typical that in the workshop I might bump into one of my course mates and we'll have a chat about how our projects are going and give each other some advice and some input. At the moment I'm working on a project which is called Night School. I've made these two custom-made buoys which have been made here in the workshops at school, and the idea was to float these down the River Avon, which runs through Bath, projecting light onto the water in a kind of dance. And these kind of public realm projects with social aims is what I'm really passionate about continuing to work on in the future. So I'll head home from the studio and I'll go round to a friend's house for dinner, probably someone that's on the course, and we'll continue talking about the work, but also about a collaborative project we're planning on doing when we leave. I'm going to be super sad to leave this place because it's just been such a huge part of my life for the last 3 years, but I'm also really excited by being launched into the design world and the opportunities from that will hopefully come my way.